Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin for those of you who are new here. So today I'm going to be showing you how to set up a bullet journal as a student. I'd like to think that I kind of know what I'm doing with this. I hope I know what I'm doing with this because I started bullet journaling when I was in university. Well, I just graduated, so I started bullet journaling 4 years ago. My first year wasn't so successful because I didn't really know how to bullet journal as a student, like what hacks there were, what would maximize my productivity as a student. So this video I'm going to be showing you spreads that I have personally used, I have personally loved, and I hope that you guys enjoy it as well. Of course, before we move on, I'd like to shout out one of you guys. This week I'm going to do my newest subscriber, Nika, all the way from India. That is just crazy to me that somebody from India found the videos that I am posting online. So if you guys want, comment down below where you are from. I'd love to see where all of this community is. And with that, I will just hop right into my voiceover. Hello everybody. So like I said, this is going to be a quick guide for quick and easy spreads for students. I want to show you how to start bullet journaling for students. This is where I found that it was the most beneficial in my life. And this video specifically is going to be focusing on summer school bullet journal spreads. I ended up taking a class last year online, and it was very different to what I was used to in my day-to-day as a university student. I ended up noticing I needed to focus a lot more on one specific thing, so by one class, because I didn't have a lot of other things going on in my life during that time. Any of you guys who have taken a university summer school class, you know what I mean. Your time is kind of consumed in those 3 weeks or 6 weeks if you're taking a full credit. I ended up just putting in a quote page. If anybody who has been following me for a while, you know I love my quote pages. So it just says school's out for summer, summer school, because you aren't done school yet. And this is just a cute little way to incorporate some lettering and try out different styles in your bullet journal. A go-to back to school spread for me is having a little calendar for my classes. I love to have this as a student. It makes everything kind of in one place, and usually I color code it based on the month. But when I was taking a class last summer, I noticed that a lot of my month was consumed by school, so I made a separate calendar specifically for anything like assignments that are going to be due on that one page. I ended up adding in some school details here, as you can see, making it look like a notepad. So I ended up using those blue and pink colored markers from the Crayola set just to kind of incorporate a school vibe. Anybody who is new here, I do link everything down in the description box below that I use in the video, so if you're interested, make sure to check that out. Moving on to the second tracker that I'm going to be showing you in your student bullet journals that I love to use personally is going to be your main page for your class. This is where it's going to have all of the class information, where I put what chapters I need to read, as well as important dates that are going to be coming up. So because this is a summer student bullet journal, I am going to be focusing it all on when the class starts, when it ends, things like their location, if it's online or not, and then the chapters and dates that I need to read. In the completed section here under the chapter tab, you'll see in a bit that I ended up putting 2 boxes. It is for whether I've completed the chapter and whether I've attended class. That's just something that I like to track personally, but you can always adjust these tips for setting up your student bullet journal to best fit your needs. Here is just a quick example of what it would look like all filled in. You'll see here that I have the important dates of like discussions, quizzes, or assignments as well, and then all those chapters that I'd like to read. Moving on, I'm going to be showing you the next spread for bullet journaling as a student is an assignment tracker. This for me was really critical in making sure that I stayed on time. I don't know if anybody else is a major procrastinator like I am, but if I don't have something set out and planned and try obviously to stick to it, then I will not realize how far I am behind in my assignments. So this is a layout that I really love to use because it provides not only a visual with that little bar graph, but it also provides the color coordination that I like and words on what exactly I'd like to get done. So the first box here, you'll see I'm coloring in this light blue. And this is all for my research that I want to get done. I'm going through it as if I was looking up a paper because that's what I did last summer. But you can always use these different assignment tracker ideas for other things. Like if you have a PowerPoint presentation or if you have a group assignment that you need to get done, just laying it out in a timeline really does help. It's one of my best tips for setting up student bullet journals is to have something like this. Going through the research, I just want to write down everything I'd like to have happen in those first 10 days. So I want to get my sources, complete my chapter readings, I want to pick a topic, maybe even discuss that with my professor, and then keep all records of my citations. Super important for anybody who is a high school or university student. You know how important credible sources and citations are. I also like in my next couple days just to type up the paper and then what I'd like to get done for that, as well as editing the paper. I suggest that if you are a student, just to leave a couple of days to edit those papers, because you're gonna find your errors that you made in a fresh brain rather than if you procrastinate like I usually do. So that is just a little tip for you. How I set up my bullet journal tracker, I really like to have things color coordinated because it just makes things pop a bit easier and I can recognize where I am in the process. So at the end, my due date here just pops out in a brighter color. The second last spread that I'm going to be showing you here as a student is a study log. This one I think is going to turn out really cute if any of you guys do decide you want to recreate it, because it's going to end up looking like paper. On the side, you'll see what I mean later on, but I use the blue and the pink color and it looks like a lined piece of paper. What I like to track in my student bullet journal is the number of hours that I do. I know some other people do it by subject as well, how long you spend on each topic, but because this is a summer student guide, I am just doing it by hours. You'll see here that I end up making a little mistake with my pen, but that is okay. I just end up going back in and fixing it with a white jelly roll. That is a little hack for you guys as well. These bullet journal layouts for students are really simple because you just put a little dot on how many hours that you've done. So here I've done 1 hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then it'll end up looking more filled in based upon how many hours you complete in a day. And that of course will differ just on what you're studying. The last spread that I'm showing you here is the most quick and easy spread for students, but it is also the best spread for students in your bullet journal, in my opinion, of course. I like to keep track of things that come up throughout the semester, and having a dedicated page to things like hints about quizzes or tests that my professors gave me, any information about extra credit or group assignment details. If you have things like different resources like a tutor, things like logins and passwords are also really important. So that is something that I would keep track on there. It is a really easy spread idea for students because it makes sure that you don't lose track of all of the information coming to you at once, especially in a summer class during a short period of time. I'm just gonna show you here now a quick little overview of what we did today in the bullet journal. Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You guys know the drill. Make sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. It really does help support my channel to grow. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see, let me know. I'm planning on doing some more student spreads, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye!